So we're headed out on first drive on 69.1.1, I think. This came yesterday. I was out and about when it came in, so I couldn't do it. It's a holiday weekend here, so even if I had gone for my test loop drive yesterday, when I got it, I would have been sitting in traffic the entire time through town. So I'm going out. It's 9:12 in the morning on Sunday, and I was trying to get out before traffic got bad. I'm hoping I'll have at least some traffic though for at least when I try the unprotected lefts. We're doing great so far, getting out of the neighborhood. Those turns were all really smooth, and okay, we should get over. It's a little late getting over. It's kind of centered in this space. I don't really want it to be. There's no traffic here, so it's going out across the tracks and around the barrels. That was great. Let's see if we follow the dotted line here. Oh, I've got the light now. So you can see in this intersection there's a dotted line that's going diagonal. I'm supposed to stay to the right of the line, or else I end up in the left-hand lane. If I end up with a car next to me, it will guide my car to stay in the right lane, but a lot of times on this version, oh, okay, it stayed. That's great. And I didn't have a car to my left to keep me there, so that was good. It had kind of reverted or regressed, I should say, and wasn't staying in the lane anymore. And that was a problem that I had earlier with Beta, that had gone away and then it came back. So hopefully it's addressed. Doesn't look like we have too much traffic. Got some pedestrians, it looks like. So my car has been, I can tell that it's like trying to figure out pedestrians. It's a little hesitant around people, even when they're just walking on the sidewalk, which, you know, in Newport in the summer is kind of a problem. It ends up, you know, kind of putting on the brakes, or I guess slowing down, like phantom slowing, like it just did there. I'm not sure why it did it there. Quite a bit when I'm around other people or around pedestrians or cyclists. It's been stopping for crosswalks even when there's nobody in them or even thinking about getting in them. But if they're just walking on the sidewalk near the crosswalk, it's just been super cautious, which is good. But in a dense little town like mine with pedestrians everywhere, that kind of gets to be annoying. So I've said from the beginning, it's going to be interesting to see how the AI kind of learns to predict someone's intentions, if they intend to step out into the crosswalk, or if they're just walking their dog and not having any intention of crossing the street. So this turn up here, it has failed on 69 and 69.1. Let's see how we do here. Okay, whoop, it thought about it. It was going over there in the last version, so that's good. It's stopping here for no reason. I just gave it a little push because I have traffic behind me. So we're getting, some hesitations. Not exactly sure why. There were pedestrians around, but they're, again, nowhere near a crosswalk. And there was no crosswalk there actually. So, not sure what the car was seeing. have all these unknown. Okay, good. We're gonna go up Pope. All right, so it's had a problem. It's had problems going up Pope. It's had a hard time finding it again when there's a car parked here like there is now. But okay, that was pretty good. It was a little hesitant on that turn, but not the worst. I had cars coming up behind me, so if it had waited much longer, I might have pushed it, but I didn't. It's had a hard time negotiating the tight traffic on this street. You know, it keeps wanting to center when it has the opening like it is now, and I really wish it wouldn't do that, because that isn't how a human drives. It's really thinking about that one. That car's kind of poking out a little, but it did good. It just was really cautious. All right, so let's see how we do creeping. I'm not seeing the line yet. Okay, there it is. I wish it would angle more. All right, well, there was nobody coming, but that was pretty good. That's how I would have done it. And it didn't jerk or hesitate. It was, you know, I kind of wish it had angled a little more to the left. That would have made me feel better, but that was excellent. Excellent. Wow, this whole drive, I mean, I'm probably gonna jinx it because it always screws up in Washington Square. So I have no, what's this guy doing? I have no expectations here. Okay, so let's see how we do. There's a couple of four-way stops up here or two-way stops, because it's a one-way to a one-way, that it's been not stopping in the correct spot. So we'll see how we do. I see so many Teslas in town now. It's like, I mean, it's summer, so we have a lot of tourists here, but these are, you know, Rhode Island plates. I can't get over it. You know, when I got my first Tesla in 2015, you know, there were like maybe 1 or 2 Teslas in town, and one of them wasn't even a year-rounder. They had Massachusetts plates. They're actually my neighbor. But I mean, my car was definitely, all right, my car is hesitating around this car. I let it figure it out, even though there's a car behind me. Like normally I would have pushed it there, but I'm really trying not to intervene at all to see what it does. Especially since the traffic isn't super heavy yet, so I'm not going to be causing, you know, people to get too annoyed, I hope. But anyway, I mean, my car was when I got this car, it was like definitely one of the first Model 3s in town, and everybody see how the creep line is like creeping out into the intersection. That's incorrect. It did that. It's doing that at that same intersection in earlier versions also, starting with .69. So .69 or .69.1, and now it's still doing it there. That creep line for some reason is just creeping right out into the middle of the intersection. I know that Chuck has had that happen too. If anybody knows why it does that, I'd be curious. This one, it did great. It's been stopping way too far back at that one, to the point where it practically looks like I'm running the stop sign, but that was the correct position. But anyway, now there's Teslas in everywhere, which I love to see. All right, let's see how we do here. Okay, so I disengaged there because I had my hand lightly on the wheel and my car jerked. All right, there's no cars parked to the side today, so let's see how it reacts to that. Yeah, again, I think it thinks that this is the stop line, which it is not. Well, it did also kind of stop at that stop sign, but that was the best that it did at that spot, like going on ahead and going in a really long time. So that was encouraging, and we're not like totally freaking out going through this open space. It does like to stop here for some reason, and there's no reason for it, so I'm pushing it. doesn't like going around this curve anymore. I'm still pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Yeah, it just, I don't understand why it doesn't want to go. It used to make that. So I don't really know why it just stopped. Okay, so that actually was, honestly, even though Washington Square wasn't perfect, which it never is, that was one of the better drives I think I have ever had on Beta in town. Not a lot of traffic, so not a lot to kind of, you know, not a lot of extra input to overload it or anything, but that was really awesome.